One of the things I always look forward to is the beginning of the season and getting my new Nitro. You know, after 33 years on tour, it never gets old. And it's something that I'm really proud of, that I've been part of Nitro since the very beginning. So this is a brand new Nitro Z21 XL that I've got rigged exactly to my specifications. Today we're gonna do a little walkthrough. I'm gonna show you all the equipment that I have, some of the features that the boat has, and really what makes this boat so special to me and the things that I love about it so much. First question you might ask is, why a Z21 XL? You know, for me, I grew up on the Great Lakes and big water, and I mean, just bigger is better. You know, when I'm traveling around the country, fishing on tour, or just filming anywhere, you know, going to these big bodies of water, Toledo Bend to the St. Lawrence River, the Great Lakes, Okeechobee, they get rough. So having a big boat that handles big water is really important to me. And then also having all of that storage, all that extra room to carry all the little things, that's what I love about it. So one of the things that I really like about working with the whole team at Nitro is, you know, all the pros, the engineers, all of us together have put a lot of input to design these boats the way that they are. There's a lot of thought, a lot of detail to the overall layout, the storage, the live wells, the wiring. I mean, just every aspect of these boats, we want to make them the most fishable boats out there. You know, and as a competitor, when you're fishing tournaments, efficiency is everything. These boats are the best designed, best fishing boats that I've ever been in. So we're gonna start here on the front deck because that's where you spend most of your time out on the water. I mean, first and foremost, it's got a ton of room, it's super wide, it's easy for two people to be up there, but it's the storage that I think is really special. I love having this split storage here. I've got segmented places for all my like 3700 series type tackle boxes that I can put all my equipment in there. There's actually rod tubes that I can put rods above there as well on top of the big rod box. So, you know, I can clip soft plastics up here. I can put crankbaits and stuff on these bait holders here on the lids. And again, it's very easy to go from one side to the other and always have a spot to easily access your tackle and get to everything. So, you know, you spend a lot of time re-rigging, things like that, and it's just laid out to make that very easy to do. There's also plenty of extra tool storage and accessory storage here. You know, there's a couple of drink holders. You know, I can keep some line spray, super glue, things like that right here close at hand when you're working on your tackle, getting out those new baits. You know, the rod box, it's easy to open. There's a nice, easy open space, and it's big. You know, it's layered. There are all kinds of tubes there. I can easily, with rod socks on there, I can easily get 30 rods in just this side alone right here. So I typically put all of my bait cast outfits on this side and this large open rod box on the other side. You know, I put bulkier items, my bigger spinning rods and things like that, some life jackets, maybe my rain suit, stuff like that on that side, but just a ton of storage on both sides of the rod boxes. Another cool feature is this extra storage box here for the passenger. So, you know, you can put, you know, your keys, wallet, extra tackle, whatever you want to put in there. But the way it's designed, it's at an angle, so you can put your feet up against it. You know, the partner seat is adjustable as well, so they can get the right distance on a rough ride where you can get out there, get your feet against this, hold the handle on the side, and keep everything locked down. And then right next to it is the partner rod storage. You know, it's easy to put half a dozen or so rods there. There's a strap on the back. They lay right beside the seat. Just really well thought out, the design itself. If you want a dual console, it's very easy. I mean, it's all set up for it. You know, it just bolts on right to here. You can get it right from the factory that way, or you can get it after the fact. It's just really well thought out design. One of the things that I really love about this boat that's super important to me is the cooler itself. So, you know, it's fully insulated. It's a roto-molded cooler. I mean, it's built like a Yeti, so it just holds ice really well, even on those hot days. It's got a built-in trash compartment. I mean, this is key to me. So, you know, those extra soft plastics, fishing line, things like that, I don't just throw them down on the floor and let them blow around where they're gonna end up in the lake. I've got a designated spot that's easy in, easy out. One of the simplest, best thought out features to have in a boat. It's got a separate little sandwich holder that you can take in and out, so it keeps, you know, your food above the ice and things. It's not gonna get wet and get soggy or anything like that. And it holds a lot of stuff. It's a big cooler, so you can put a lot of stuff. If you got 3 people in the boat on a hot day, you got plenty of drinks, and it keeps it cold. I love the addition of these 2 little, I call them day boxes up here on the front deck. So it's just a quick, easy, accessible place to put some extra tackle, you know, some extra plastic, some different colors, things like that, where they're right there at your fingertips while you're out fishing. I spend the majority of my time right here, and they've really designed it for the utmost in comfort and flexibility. So first and foremost, it's got 2 different positions for your front seat, for your pro pole, recessed trolling motor pedal. It's carpeted, cushioned front deck, so even in any conditions, rough water, you know, I can sit up here and easily stay in control of the trolling motor and have that cushion up there on my knees. So I've been doing this a long time. Just these features alone make a huge difference. You know, having all the technology that I need to help find fish and control the boat is super, super important, but it's also very important to make sure that I've got a clean workspace up here. So this year, I've got a lot less clutter on the front of the deck. You know, I've got my KVD Hydrowave, which basically allows me to mimic different bait fish sounds, forage species, and things like that out in the water. I've been using a Hydrowave for a really long time. I would just never fish without one. So I've got it up here on the corner where it's easy to access if I want to change sound patterns and things like that. The speaker's mounted right on the trolling motor. I've got 2 Apex 13s this year mounted stacked on the console, and I don't have any other, you know, buttons for my Raptors or anything. It's all controlled through the One Boat network now on the foot pedal of my Ultrex. So it just really frees up some extra space up here. I've got my rod straps even moved farther a little bit back, so it just makes it clean and neat and very visible to have everything that I need. So I can run multiple screens. You know, I've got Mega 360, I've got a Mega Live mounted on my Ultrex, and again, everything that I can control off of these depth finders, off of the trolling motor pedal, off of the console, all through the One Boat network. So it just makes it simple, clean, and efficient. Last season, I had 3 graphs on the bow, and this year I decided to kind of clean it up a little bit, go with 2 Apex 13s. You know, they're bigger screens, and what I like about them is they're just incredibly fast. You know, they're touch screens, so, you know, it's easy to be able to zoom in and out if I'm looking at a map, or, you know, adjust the screens for Mega Live or Mega 360, whatever I want to see. So having 2 of these units, having them stacked like this, gives me better castability, more mobility up here, and I just feel like it's going to make me a little bit more efficient, having all this technology and having it compact in this one center space where I'm just looking directly at both screens all the time. You know, one upgrade this year that, you know, just when you thought it couldn't get any better is the new Minn Kota Ultrex Quest trolling motor. So, you know, I did a lot of videos on this last year. You know, I got one late in the season, and it is truly amazing. It's, you know, a brushless motor, super efficient, super quiet, unbelievable power. The mount is so rugged and so strong, and me fishing in the Great Lakes as much as I do, that is just paramount, and it's got all the features built right into the motor. I mean, everything from stainless pull cord, trolling motor support stand right from the factory with it, the prop design system to it with a speed prop and a power prop, how weedless it is. Just every aspect of this motor is a huge upgrade. I mean, they re-engineered every single part, and it's got a lot of new features like drift mode. So you know, again, I did some wired to fish videos, some stuff for the league last year. You can see that stuff on Minn Kota's site. The technology in this motor is absolutely incredible. I mean, it's synced to the One Boat network. I don't have to have the push button switches for my Raptors anymore. It's right on the pedal. Still got spot lock, but it is just so much faster, smoother, quieter, tighter, and efficient. I mean, it almost doubled my runtime on my lithium batteries with this motor right here. So it just unbelievable, the difference. You know, I can't say enough about what an upgrade this motor is. I mean, I loved my Ultrex forever, but this one takes it to a whole new level. So on my Ultrex Quest, I've got what I call the killer combo. So I've got a Mega 360 transducer and a Mega Live transducer. That gives me the best of both worlds. You know, the Mega 360 is just unbelievable at how it shows you the detail of all the structure. I mean, you can see fish, you can see bait fish, everything, but it gives you that 360 view all around the front of the boat. The Mega Live allows me, when I see something on the Mega 360, to directionalize, just to point the trolling motor over at it, and I can see that object, the target, you know, if there's fish there, bait fish, whatever it is, and, you know, I make a cast, I can follow my bait, and I can see if a fish is tracking it, I can see how they're reacting to it. It just gives you that real-time feedback. So the 2 of them together, it's a deadly combo. You know, with all these electronics, Mega Live, Mega 360, it ends up adding a lot of extra wires. So, you know, this TH Marine Troll Jacket, it's just a clean, neat, efficient way to be able to run all of that wiring up and down the trolling motor to those transducers and keep it, you know, nice and tidy. So they're thinking of all kinds of little things like that. That's what I love about TH Marine is they've got a solution for just about any little problem. One of the things I always add to my boat is a TH Marine locker bar. So, you know, not only is it a good visible deterrent to keep people from thinking about breaking into your boat, but it's also an audible one. So, you know, when you lock that down and lock it, it beeps like that. And if somebody, you know, tries to mess with it or lift the lids or anything like that, it's going to make an audible alarm and just go off. So twofold, it's just a great deterrent. Another cool addition that I just won't go without is TH Marine rock lights. So I add them to the front deck of the boat, under the console. You know, the compartments already have lights in them, but adding these to the exterior just makes it really nice early in the morning, you know, when you're working on tackle and things like that. The red ones really don't draw bugs or anything like that, but that mix of red and white, it fits my colors and, you know, it looks cool and it just really helps me out. I also add them to the trailer itself. So, you know, when they're on the frame of the trailer, I've got them mounted so they shine up on the boat. Man, it just helps me so much when I'm driving at night or early in the mornings at the boat ramps and things like that, especially during the rain or foggy conditions, things like that. Everybody else around you sees them a lot better. You know, the semis, the other people on the highway, they see your rig. And to me, it's a huge safety addition. So I love those rock lights. So at the console, this is another place that I spend a lot of time and I have a lot of technology here. So I think it's really exceptionally well laid out and designed to have everything right at your fingertips. So first and foremost, I've got two Humminbird Apex 13s here. You know, I love to run the Lake Master mapping full screen on one as I'm driving down the lake. It gives me that overview, you know, that big picture view as I'm going into areas and that, just to see how it all lays out. That's so critical when you're, you know, trying to expand on patterns and things like that. My second one, I can run whatever depth screen or gauges. You know, I just have the accessibility to the whole one boat network, but again, all my sonar, all the technology that I have. So I've got both of them right here. I can see really good still in front of me, but I've got all of this information right at my fingertips. You know, the steering wheel, it's tilt wheel. I've got a cell phone holder here to the side. My Z-Touch control panel is right here to run all of my live wells, lights, things like that, all of that. I also have, there's a remote for that. You can run everything by remote. So if you're up in the front, you want to turn the live well on or off, whatever you want to do. Your trim, you can trim your engine up and down through that remote. All of it is connected right here at the console itself. So I've got a TH Marine hot foot underneath here. You know, the seats are fully adjustable. This one I did the upgrade. You know, I love this feature to have the, you know, the power seats, the lumbar and the back, but these seats, the design is really like, it's NASCAR inspired. So we worked with the Stewart Haas racing team to develop these seats. So they're kind of like NASCAR bucket style seats, so they really hold you in place real well. But you know, here at the console, I've just got everything. Right here on the wheel, I've got controls for my trim, you know, my engine up and down, and my Atlas jack plate. So, you know, just having everything right here at your fingertips. I don't have to reach over, hit the trim button. I can keep my hands on the wheel, got my foot on the hot foot. I'm just, you know, it's a lot safer that way. Everything right here, I got great visibility, and it just helps me a lot as I'm trying to break down a lake, search for fish, and just figure, you know, use my electronics and control everything from one position. You know, you can get a third seat option for here, but I really like this step pad and this little storage compartment here. You know, it's a great place you can keep your cell phone, your keys, your wallet, stuff like that. I keep some spare remotes and things right in there too. It's got this, you know, no slip grip on it, so it's easy to get from, you know, the back deck to the front up here. You know, your live wells are right here. And the Nitro live well system is truly one of the very best in the industry. So the design is rotomolded. It's got a baffle at the top that keeps the water in there, in rough water, from your fish being sloshed around. It keeps that water from bouncing out or anything like that. It's got separate recirculate and freshwater pumps, and they're large capacity for each individual live well. You've got your cull tag holders, clips right here mounted to the lid, right between. You know, you've got your measuring stick, so it's nice and easy and handy. It's got a net holder right here that you can put your net and keep it strapped in. I use it for my push pole, for my super stick. So it just is really, really well thought out here to the back. And then obviously, super large casting platform back here, you know, for the guy that's fishing in the back, or if you're gonna fish 3 people in the boat. There's plenty of room back here. 2 more big storage boxes here on the side that you can pull right out to, which is a really nice feature to be able to have these boxes that come out to keep them clean. They've got little notches in them, so if you wanna put, you know, like 3700 series stowaways, they fit really well right in there. One of the other things that I think the Nitro engineers did a great job at is designing the battery compartment here in the back of the boat. So they made it very easy and accessible to get to everything and keep everything neat and clean. So first and foremost, you know, I'm running lithium pro batteries. So I've got 2 batteries for the trolling motor that are 36 volt. With this new Ultrex Quest trolling motor, they're so efficient and these batteries are so powerful that I just can't even come close to running them down in a day or 2 for that matter. So they're super efficient. Lithium batteries are a lot lighter. These batteries are the NMEA 2000 certified, and that just allows me to get all my engine information, all of my gauges and everything like that up on my depth finder screens, which, you know, just makes it that much more efficient for me. And again, they're all built and designed to run with these new engines. It's probably one of the few batteries that Mercury, it doesn't void your warranty. So it just does a great job for me. And again, I just can't take a chance on not having enough power. These batteries are unbelievable as far as their run capacity, their efficiency, but they're also super lightweight. You know, it's just so much weight savings, really helps with the overall performance of the boat. And again, 3 batteries total does everything that I need it to do with all the electronics and live wells, all the extra equipment and things that I run. It's just perfect. Everything else back here has got a place. It's neat and clean, and it's very accessible. So I love that you can easily lift this lid here and get to your live well pumps, your bilge pumps, things like that. So if you ever have a problem with them, it's easy to get to everything. There's plenty of room for both of my Raptor pumps. I've got a built-in spare prop holder there. That's always important to carry one of those. Each of my power sources for the trolling motor, for my electronics, and for my master power, I've got a separate breaker to be able to cut the power on and off for that. It's just great for storage and things like that. And it's just neat and clean and got plenty of space back here. You know, I can put whatever accessories I want in this little tray and it just fits right over the top of the battery compartment and it's out of the way. One of the other things I love about my Nitro that's really easy to take for granted is the trailer. So, you know, first and foremost, it's a great trailer that tows down the road, super smooth. It backs easy, you know, it's tandem axle, you know, easy lube hubs, just everything about it. The brakes, it's basically bulletproof. The finish on it doesn't stone chip, and it's got this swing away tongue. You know, I'm a little tight in my garage, so I can easily, you know, put this tongue out, gives me some extra space so you can get a bigger boat that fits in a smaller garage, and this step pad, you know, to be able to get in and out of the bow of the boat just makes it really easy. So, you know, each Nitro trailer is designed specifically for that exact model. So you know that it's gonna have the perfect fit, it's gonna load easily, and it's gonna go down the road with ease. Another really nice feature is having this external drain plug switch right here. So instead of having to bend down and put it in, I actually just flip that and I've got the plug in or out and it's real easy to do. So if you ever forget it, all you gotta do is walk back here and flip the switch. Another thing is having this receptacle right here for charging. So I've got a Minn Kota 2-bank 12-volt charger for my crank battery. You know, those Lithium Pros batteries are designed to be charged fast. So having that 2-bank charger, if it gets down at all, I mean, I charge it up in no time. Another simple upgrade for me is a TH Marine steer stop and 2 motor sticks. So I like these, they're simple and easy, keeps the motor straight as it's going down the road and it keeps it protected from bouncing. Another important thing, if you've got an Atlas jack plate like this, is trim that all the way down, have it run all the way down before you put your steer stops and your motor sticks on. That's the best way to trailer your boat. Another great safety feature is the built-in boarding ladder. You know, this is something that, you know, we designed quite a few years ago. If you're ever out there and it's cold and you got a lot of clothes on, this can save your life. So just a great feature. First and foremost, that Mercury 250 Pro XS is unbelievable. You know, it's 4-stroke, super efficient. The overall performance is unbelievable. I've got mine matched up with an Atlas jack plate. To me, that is huge. I have never run a boat since the Atlases came out without one. It just allows me to maximize the overall performance of the boat, but most importantly to me, being able to run that jack plate up and you know, idle a lot quicker in shallow water. You know, you get back in some of those flats in Okeechobee and things like that, where you're a mile from 3-4 foot of water. I can run that jack plate up, I can pop it up on plane just real quick in that shallow water and get out of there. So it's a huge time saver. Another thing is if you have to idle through shallow water areas, you can run that jack plate up, trim that engine down, and you can go a lot faster. So it helps you in no wake zones. It helps you in, you know, any shallow water areas at all like that. It just really increases the overall performance of your whole rig. So that to me is just an absolute must on every one of my boats. On top of that, these Raptors, you know, shallow water anchors are just incredible in those zones. So I've got 8-footers on here. You know, anytime that I'm going to be deeper than that, I'm just going to use the spot lock on my Ultrex to hold me in place. But in those shallower zones, you know, you're fishing windy areas, things like that. Say you're blowing up to a mat and you want to pick it apart on a day when the wind's blowing 25 mile an hour. You know, I can drop these and just automatically know that that boat is going to stop. So these Raptors, they sense the bottom. If there's a wave that rocks you or anything like that, or if the tide comes in, if the water level changes for any reason, they automatically adjust for the bottom that you're in, both the hardness of it and the depth. So, and you can actually see it. I can move from one side of the boat to the other and watch them automatically manipulate to hold that boat and keep you locked in place. So just a great tool for shallow water areas, for boat control. They're super rigid, they're super durable, and they just do a fantastic job. So that's an overview of my Nitro Z21 XL. You know, I never would have imagined 33 years ago when I started my tournament career that I'd be fishing out of a boat like this. You know, all of this technology just helps me be that much more efficient on the water. If you're looking for more details about any new Nitro model, all you have to do is go to your local Bass Pro Shops or Nitro dealer and check it out. I mean, these boats are loaded with performance, value, and features.